as this is being set up, I just wanted to tell you that this is a project which was a collaborative project between varieties of different departments. I belong to Department of Architecture, College of Architecture, Planning and Design, and Laura belongs to music school, and she is from dance department. I'm an architect, but I have a degree in music and dance. She is a dancer who has studied architecture, so we have been able to collaborate with varieties of these different disciplines to create this Night of Wonder gala that was presented here today. And basically, that would be great. Basically, that is the project I'm going to present. I presented the architectural part of it earlier this morning. The basic project was to really create this Night of Wonder for the museum to raise funds for the new projects coming up. The museum was hosting a Museum of Wonder project that they were then hosting the Night of Wonder for. And next please. So the goals were really to primarily collect money or generate funds for the next upcoming projects. But we also wanted to make sure that we showcase our students' talent, our faculty, work with the students to shine their talents, create a memorable and engaging experience for our patrons, and then introduce students and audiences to site-specific performances. So my project involvement came from this two-sided story of architecture and dance, and our students then combined together. And so hers was site-specific performance, ours was site-specific engagement and journey, experience development, and then we combined it to support fundraising at the museum and involve students in philanthropy. So this is the project titled Seen Unseen. The reason being that this particular gallery really did not provide connection between inside and outside besides these three windows, and our site, the architectural site, was outside and her site was inside, so we decided to use dance as medium to connect inside outside with architectural path-place relationship development. And so she placed these three window dancers on the window boxes, and if you can see outside, there are the gateways that we designed, and there are dancers outside connecting seen and unseen parts of the dance. Next please. So our more as students start working together, they come from rural communities. They haven't really gone out of the country. They haven't really visited varieties of museums. In fact, they generally don't even go to our own museum, which is 3 minutes away from them. So these connections really had to work in varieties of different ways. And performance is a huge part of dance department. Music department collaborated with us. So there were varieties of students working together to create this dance performance for a specific reason. And so they were taking varieties of familiar dance movements and creating this personal interface relationship with the space itself. So I will show you 2 videos a little later. Can you click that? This is one of the videos. Okay, I'll just wait till the next one and we'll show the videos together. So this is the music department students playing in the museum while dancers were dancing. If you can play that, that would be great. If not, we'll wait till the end. Okay, there you go. So this is the Museum of Wonder exhibition going on while the dancers are playing to the music, connecting with the objects, and then they would actually walk from this gallery to the next to the outside. While this performance is happening, visitors are around the gallery watching this performance happen. And so this is one of the dances that were happening during the night of wonder. And then there were three other dance site-specific dance performances. I'll show you another one in a moment later. Basic idea was to really create this relationship between path, place, and inside, outside, so that patrons do not feel as if they are forced to watch the gallery, objects, or dance or music, but that becomes an immersive environment for them, and they can actually be guided through the movement of dancers to outside, where are major sculptures, sensorial portals, and exterior spiritual wonder project journey happening. Next, please. So really the major work done from the dance and music department was to create this site-specific dance and dance movements. And then really create the excitement for the patrons to come back, but give generously. And we were able to raise around 500,000 in one night. So that's not a bad amount to generate. And the board members were really very happy. So it has now been decided by the board that they will host this kind of night every year to do the fundraising and to promote the new museum exhibitions that are coming up. But this also gives us, the architectural and other academic departments, to collaborate with the museum staff, the curatorial staff, and understand their programming with our educational programming that we offer to our students, connect those two, provide service learning experiences, and involve our students in philanthropic activities earlier on, so that in later life they also start giving back to the society. So in a way, this was really very important project for all departments and the museum. Next, please. And this was a collaborative project, as I said. So we have been really very happy to be able to work together. Before this project, we had not ever worked with architecture, dance, and music department together as a unit. And now we know that we can do varieties of these projects together. So the next project is actually working with the physics department to show how water freezes into snow and ice, and it will become a traveling exhibition that we will design together. Next, please. And this is, I'm not going to read all of this because most of it I have talked about, but the routing was really a huge issue in design of this experience and the journey. And there was, I have not mentioned yet, but there was also a master of ceremony who actually walked from one to the other gallery as the performances were supposed to start, but he would not announce this. The music would start, and that actually would generate the curiosity about where the music is playing, and people would walk to the site where the music was playing, and the dancers would actually come from the audience and start dancing. And so they would actually be very surprised that this was staged this way. And actually dancers then would move from one to the other gallery, and people would keep following them. And so that's how this whole journey was started and worked out with the curators. So I have already talked about this. Next, please. So basically, what is the proof, as one of the emails from Sylvia was sent to all the speakers, what is the proof that this was a successful project? Well, it's always very difficult to prove something was successful or not in terms of monetary fundraising, but we were very fortunate because it was really generated during that night, because there were auctions going on and there were donation piles that happening at the same time. So we were able to actually quantify that. Qualitatively, our students who had never been to the museum have started now going back to the museum. Museum actually offers study space for them now. There is a little cafe that now students use a lot. And the patrons actually have come back as well, although Night of Wonder was just one-time event. But we have received varieties of notes from the patrons who were there, and from our videotaping and putting it on YouTube has received a lot of feedback for Laura and her students for dancing. and my students for their site-specific sculpture and the journey development. So those are some of the things that we have been trying to understand how to replicate for next year and years to come. So these kinds of endorsements, of course, are very partial in varieties of different ways and very subjective in varieties of different ways. But museum staff has been extremely helpful to our academic program development, where now we use their programming in our programming and they use our programming in their programming. In fact, we have started hosting lecture and workshops together as one unit of the university rather than having different speakers. We have also started working with varieties of programs that museum offers. Professor Donnelly actually works with her dance students to provide some of these programming for the exhibitions. And patrons have really attended a lot of these new programming that is happening because of these kinds of immersive programming that now we are doing together. So we are already working on the second part of it, of the museum's gala. It's actually an annual event that now we will be part of every year. September 2014 gala was completely sold out again, and we are already working on 2015 gala. So in that sense, we did something right that we are invited back into the museum, which was our major purpose and goal. We wanted our students to be involved in service learning activities, and so in that sense, we feel very satisfied that we were able to do that. Next, please. So if you can go, I'll rest now. I'll let you have another video that you will see. Actually, it will be just. Okay, so this one. So this is the second gallery.